yeah, so welcome back. Again, my name is Yahaira, and this is Yahaira's Cozy Chapters. This is just a channel where we come together and we discuss books, and we just grab a drink, and we grab the coziest blanket that we have. Mine is right here. This was a Valentine's present for my husband the first year we started dating. So, got my little blanket right here. This is my book journal, and it says I have no shelf control. Look at that. I've always wanted to not only just have a book journal, because I've had plenty in the past, but stick to it. So this January I told myself I'm going to get a book journal, and I'm actually going to stick to it. So I leave it on my counters. I don't know about you guys, but I'm the type of person, if I don't see something often, I forget that it's there. I hate it because I have to organize my pantries in such a way that everything's kind of in the front, or I forget what ingredients I have to make food. I know, it's quite ridiculous. Let me know in the comments below if you're the type of person that has to be able to see things, or it's like me, out of sight, out of mind. But yes, so back to this guy. I've been really enjoying it. I actually got this book journal at Target. I think it was for like 10 bucks. And it's just so captivating. The cover is captivating. It's got a ton of pages. So if you're looking for a new book journal, I definitely recommend this one. It has the contents, table of contents, where you can write down on what page your reviews are. And then it's got a little notes section. It's kind of all over the place, but here's a little example of the page. And it has prompts. So if you're like me and sometimes you're like, well, I don't really know what to write. It has prompts. It has the book title, author, genre, rating, of course, and then it has quick opinion of the books. You can either choose one of the best books I've read, pure entertainment, guilty pleasure read, not what I expected, it was just okay, emotional, hysterically funny, or worst book ever. It kind of helps organize your thoughts. And it also has other prompts that say why I chose this book. Of course, the date you began, the date you finished the book, summary, favorite quotes, and highlights of the book. This was my page from The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I put like some little, I love stickers, so I put like a little vampire teeth there. Let me know what you think about that. Excuse my handwriting, I have the worst handwriting in the world. And then my little fall one here, I got my popcorn, and it's for the book. If it makes you happy. So if you have a book journal, let me know which one you have, so we can kind of like compare. Here's my other page. So far I've been doing good. I do notice that when I read books really quickly, I do forget to come back to write the review about it. I really have to make a conscious effort of like, okay, I finished the book, take a day to digest what I've read, and then I come back to the review, because if I wait too long, then the details aren't so fresh in my brain. So let me know what book journal you guys like to keep. I also do have Fable, and I also have Goodreads, which is a really quick way to kind of jot things down and not having to take 15 to 20 minutes to sit down and write and find the stickers that I want. So let me know your thoughts on a good book journal. I can't forget to tell you, I just finished reading Twisted Lies by Huang, and I think so far that's my favorite of the Twisted series. I read Twisted Games, I read Twisted Hate, I haven't read Twisted Games. I skipped Twisted Games. I read Twisted Love with Alex and Ava, and then I skipped Twisted Games for some reason. I just wasn't feeling the bodyguard royalty trope in that moment. I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to revisit it or not. If you read Twisted Games, please let me know if I should read that one, or am I okay with just skipping it? Like, was Rice and I always forget her name. I'm terrible at names. It was not Jules. Jules was from Twisted Hate, not Ava. I'm gonna have to look it up now, or it's gonna bother me. It's Twisted Games. Help me out here. What's her name? Bridget. Literally, I forgot the name Bridget. I have a cousin named Bridget. How did I forget the name Bridget? Anywho, so let me know if you read Twisted Games. Should I read it? Do y'all think it was just okay? Please let me know, because I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. where I'm debating if I should go ahead and just read it so I can finish the series and be able to compare all the books together, or should I just start a completely new book, a completely new series. Twisted Love, I liked quite a bit. What did I write down? See, I don't think I did a page for Twisted Love. But I feel like I liked it, but I didn't love it. I feel like I really liked the MMC Alex. I wasn't super in love with Ava and just the whole dynamics and the plot. It was just like okay for me. I think I give it 4 stars. And then with Twisted Games, of course, I skipped it. Then I went on to Twisted Hate. I did enjoy the MMC and Twisted Hate Jules. I feel like she was a very strong female character. She was very smart. She kind of came from nothing, kind of built herself up. I really enjoyed that. And then I also enjoyed Josh to a certain extent, but I did feel after a while he kind of started to annoy me, just with the whole facade that he would put on. I guess it's one of my icks. I really struggle with a main male character that thinks he's God's gift to women and uses kind of like sarcasm to cover other emotions that he's got. But I did enjoy it. I gave Twisted Hate, can't remember off the top of my head. Again, if out of sight, out of mind, right? I gave Twisted Hate, I gave Twisted Hate 3 stars. Let's see. I didn't even write any favorite quotes on Twisted Hate. I guess I didn't have any. But I feel like Josh was a good character, just didn't love it. And then Twisted Lies. Twisted Lies, on the other hand, whew, that book had me all over the place. That book engaged me emotionally. The plot was great. I love the FMC Stella. I love the MMC Christian Harper. Once I got past like the first 2-3 chapters, I could not put it down. I read it on my Kindle, and I was just like, everywhere I went, I was just like reading, in the car, reading, not even talking to my husband, you know, cooking dinner, I had it propped up, reading, right before bed, reading. I feel like out of all the Twisted books I've read so far, Twisted Lies has been the one that I could not, for the life of me, put down. I really enjoyed the dynamic between Stella and Christian. I loved how they met. I liked the layers of the story. I feel like the characters had really good growth development. I liked the conflict that they had. I loved the resolution, just the setting of the book. It was really fun because you're not just in one spot. They traveled to many different places, and I really enjoy reading books with different settings. So Twisted Lies so far has been my favorite of the Twisted series. But again, please let me know if you read Twisted Games. I'm really on the fence if I want to read it or not. Should I add it to my March TBR? Let me know, should I continue? I know a lot of people love the Twisted series. I personally prefer Anna Huang's other series, the King of Wrath, King of Envy. Actually, I have them right there. King of Envy, King of Sloth, King of Pride, King of Greed. My favorite used to be King of Wrath with Dante and Vivian, but then I read King of Envy, and King of Envy became my new favorite. I just loved it so much. So Anna Huang's definitely a favorite author of mine. I did want to read you guys a few quotes. Let's see. Oh, first one that pops up is, now I realize that love was the last piece that I've been missing in the puzzle of my life. With it, I was finally whole. So Christian in Twisted Lies, he loves anything that kind of stimulates his brain, which I really loved. He liked puzzles, you know, he was really into solving problems, and I feel like it was really refreshing to kind of see an MMC that liked stimulating his brain and didn't just fall on his looks to get all the things that he wanted. Okay, here we go. All right, let's look at the quotes. There's so many. I was literally just like, I feel like I was highlighting everything always. Careful, Stella. His low warning pulse between my legs. I'm not the gentleman you think I am. So he kept saying through the whole book that he wasn't a gentleman, and I was like, oh, that's okay. We don't need a gentleman. Sometimes we just need, you know, a little morally gray character. It says, because you don't want to go through the trouble of finding another regular companion for events. Because I don't want to be jailed for murder if anyone touches a hair on your head. Super protective. Touch her and kill her trope 100%. Billionaire. I know a lot of people get the ick from characters that are billionaires and millionaires, but I really don't mind it at all when it's done properly. Let's see, what's another good quote? They had really good banter too, him and Stella, which I enjoyed. But it was a different kind of banter than the banter in Twisted Hate. I feel like with Twisted Hate, they were just so mean to each other. I felt like, ugh, I hate reading about people being mean to each other to that extent, and I really struggle with people being mean to each other in person, so I really had to push to finish that one. All right, Christian says, give me your address and I'll send a car until we find the person who sent the note. Like, he was always just so open to finding ways to accommodate her and make her feel protected and special. Let's see, so many highlights, guys, so many. You are safe. I won't let anything happen to you. I placed my hands on her shoulders, steadying her. Stella, it won't happen again. Now breathe for me. I soften the edge of my voice from a command to a request. He definitely was a big support for Stella, and I feel like she was a huge overthinker, which I identified with that a lot because I'm a huge overthinker myself. At the end of the night, I'm always replaying conversations in my head of like, could I have said something different? Could I have done something different? So when I read her character, I feel like I felt a strong connection with her, which is probably another reason why I really enjoyed this book. And the fact that he was her rock and kind of calmed her through those turbulent times reminded me a lot of my husband, because he's like my moral compass and he's always my support. Another reason why I kind of really enjoyed this book. Let's see. I didn't know how the hell I ended up drawing a bath for someone else, like a damn 19th century attendant, but at least there were no witnesses to my indignity. If anyone saw me like this, I would never live it down. I wanted to unravel every thread that made her her and lay them all bare so I could examine them, figure out what it was about this woman in particular that entranced me when there were thousands who were objectively as beautiful, just as beautiful, but who desired me more. Just the writing, the prose of this book, I just love so much. Like the way that he would speak was very eloquent and didn't just speak to talk. He spoke when he had something important to say. So please let me know if you read Twisted Games. Should I read it? Should I not? I'm new to YouTube, but so far it's been nothing but amazing and I'm enjoying the ride. And I'm just really looking forward to making connections on here with you guys. So I will be talking to you guys soon. You have a great day. Good morning, book lovers. I noticed that in my last video, I talked about potentially reading Twisted Games. And as I was editing that video, I had already finished reading the book. So I was like, hey, let's just throw in a clip of my actual thoughts on Twisted Games. So here we are. Twisted Games, as expected, for me, was not a 5-star read. It was not a 4-star read. It was just kind of uneventful for me. I knew that I wasn't going to be a fan of the princess and bodyguard trope because that's a trope that I saw a lot growing up, and I guess I kind of just got tired of it. But more so than that, I feel like I just didn't get invested in the characters. Bridget and Rice just, I don't know, they just didn't quite do it for me. I did enjoy the character development of Bridget from the beginning of the story to kind of towards the middle and the end. In the beginning, she was very unsure of herself. And then when she reached kind of the middle of the story, you could see the progression of her kind of taken into consideration being the queen. And you saw the instant shift, which I thought was really cool. And at that point, it didn't matter who got in her way, she was going to do what she needed to do. for her family and for her country. So I really did enjoy that. As far as her bodyguard, I don't know. He was there the whole time, but instead of trying to make her life easier and supportive, I feel like he just kind of gave her stress. He frustrated her quite a bit. So that really didn't appeal to my attention. But if you're into the princess and the bodyguard trope, definitely read this book. You'll enjoy it. Let's see, it says stoic, broody, arrogant, elite bodyguard Rice Larson has 2 rules. Protect his client at all costs. Do not become emotionally involved, ever. He has never once been tempted to break those rules until her. Bridget von Ashburg, a princess with a stubborn streak that matches his own, and a hidden fire that reduces his rules to ash. She's nothing he expected and everything he knew he needed. Day by day, inch by inch, she breaks down his defenses until he's faced with the truth he can no longer deny. He swore an oath to protect her, but all he wants is to ruin her and take her. Because she's his princess, his forbidden fruit, his every depraved fantasy. So if you like it, that kind of trope, definitely pick this book up, Twisted Games. I was really hesitant about reading it, as you saw. In this video, I was really back and forth on it, but one thing I hate is starting a series and not finishing it. So I really pushed through so I could kind of compare all the books truthfully. Because how would I be able to say that Twisted Lies is my favorite if I didn't even read all the books in the series, right? So let me know if you read this one. Let me know what you think. What were your favorite parts? My favorite parts, to be honest, were when Christian Harper made an appearance, or any of the other characters like Jules and Josh and Alex made an appearance in the book. That was my favorite. So let me know what you think. I hope you're enjoying a nice cup of coffee this morning. It's gonna be a beautiful day.